All right, Pete, we're here. You're about ready to get going.
Definitely. Yeah, it's been a long week. A lot of commitments, obligations. It's been fun, for sure, and saw a lot of old friends and met a lot of new people. But now here at this point, it's definitely time to get out on the trail.
Yeah. Um, what do you hear from the trail?
Uh, well, there's a lot of snow, so that's something for sure. Probably going to slow us down a bit, but we'll just kind of be as flexible as possible and adjust as we get out there with our running and resting schedule and see how it goes.
Some of it was in the back of my mind. How when the trail's so narrow, are you able to pass and do what you need to do?
It's difficult in spots for sure. A lot of times if you're gonna overtake a team, you might need to wait several miles before you find a spot that you can do it. And if you do it and try to do it in the wrong spot, you can end up pretty snarled and tangled into the deep snow. So we'll see how that goes with passing and stuff like that. I think the first 20 miles or so might not be terrible because the snow machine trail is a little wider if there is much of a snow machine trail, but there should be somewhat of a base under this fresh stuff. We'll see. I really don't know. We'll find out when we get out there.
Tell us about the team. Most of this team was in the 300.
Yeah, most of them, and then some of them were in my dad's team, which were actually some more of my proven dogs that I didn't need to run in the 300. So there's 9 dogs from last year's team. Those were the 9 best dogs from last year's team, and filled out with five more dogs from between my dad's bogus team and Nick's Iditarod team last year. So it's a pretty solid team, top to bottom, and I'm very confident in them. But Iditarod's a long race, so we won't make any bold predictions. But we're gonna get out there and do our best.
So, it's been quite a year for you, and we haven't talked at all on camera. I mean, that win was something.
Yeah, it's been we kind of started off with our normal winter conditions and not a lot of snow and a lot of freezing rain in November, and December was a little bit skimpy on snow. We did a lot of training with the snow machine to keep the team under control, and then about New Year's we finally got a little bit of snow and it made for a nice Cusco, and then since the Cusco we've kind of just been hammered with snow. Not necessarily like this, but with the wind that we get and the drifting, it's added definitely more of a chore to the whole routine. So it's been an exhausting winter, especially the last 2 months. And
well, and then you're the champ. There's obligations there that you've
Yeah.
had to not had to, but you're part of, and those
Yeah.
those things take time and energy as well. Tell us about your year. I mean, it must be
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, we've had a great year representing the sport as the defending champion, and we've had opportunities that we didn't have before, and chances to speak to people that we didn't have before, and met a lot of new people, and seemed like we genuinely made a lot of people happy and excited out in rural Alaska. So that's been a very rewarding part of this whole experience, and obviously something I'll never, whether we ever win again or not, something I'll never forget. So it's been a very fun year for me, my family, and the whole community and region.
Nice. Last year you were in the 9-day thing. What do you have any predictions for how long this might? I mean, what this is going to add to a race?
Yeah, I'd be surprised to see it under 9 for sure. I mean, maybe we get through a few hundred miles of this and we get to a faster trail, which could make it, maybe a low 9-day race. But starting out with this slow a trail, it's definitely, you're not on track to break any records or go very fast. So I could easily see it being very similar to last year.
Now, do you change your strategy for the northern or southern route? I mean, because you have a different set of circumstances in a lot of ways. The Eagle Island's not the same as Galena.
Yeah, it's a little different, of course, because you're landing in different checkpoints and the mileages between checkpoints are different. But overall, the overall way I run the dogs is very similar, So
And this is number 11.
it is, yeah.
Yeah, looking back, what's make you feel like? I mean, you started, I kind of like, I shouldn't say it, but you're kind of a kid when you first showed up, and now you're a young man with a family, and everything seems to be clicking like last year to some extent.
Yeah, it's kind of become our identity now. It started off as just a thing we did, and now we're so immersed in it, and it's a lifestyle, and the kids are getting older and a little more involved, and it's weird. We go through the same routine every year. If you tried to get me to differentiate one year to the next, I'd have a really hard time because we stay at the same place. We have the same group of people around us. We leave at the same time to be at the ceremonial start at the same time and this start and everything. So it's just like it's such a routine to us. And
And us means a lot of us. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
kind of knows their role.
Yeah, there's me and my immediate family, and then there's you and everybody else. There's kind of a big a crowd, and especially more this year for sure. But it's fun. It's the only way this works is with a lot of support. So
We'll talk about support. I mean, it is tremendous.
yeah, we've had. I'm very blessed to have the support from the community and my family and friends, and then of course all my major sponsors: Donlin Gold, Northern Air Cargo, Linden, Drew's Foundation, just to name a few. But I've been blessed with Ryanair, absolutely, yeah, I've been blessed with great support, and that's what makes this whole thing click.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a good time out there. It would be awesome to be able to talk to you. But I always tell people, pretty soon he's going to be in his race face, and so don't talk to him. He's got his plan underway, and we're getting pretty close to that.
Yeah, it's just about time to pop the hook here. So that's exciting. We'll get out there and do our thing.
All right. Thanks, Pete.
Yeah,
Have a good time.
All right.